Hi, this is Rajni and welcome to my booktube channel, The Talkative Reader. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and do press the bell icon below so that you get notifications whenever I post new content. Apart from this, make sure you like this video if you like and comment below what really shaped your childhood, because here I am to begin a new adventure with all the books that I read in my childhood. And to begin with this series, I'm going to start with my favorite childhood book series, that is the Berenstain books. The Berenstain Bears, who reside in a big tree house in the sunny dirt road in the deep bear country, consists of 4 major members, though the 5th one was added later. In my childhood, I read the books that consist of a family of 4. Initially, the family only consisted of 3, and then because of the female readers out there in the world, they added the 4th character. And subsequently, they even added the 5th character of the family. They have the Papa Bear, who is an oafish bumbling carpenter. And then comes Mama Bear, who is his wife and the mother of these children, who is very wise. She is a perfectionist, and even though she's a housewife, she manages things extremely well. Papa Bear and Mama Bear's children are the Brother Bear, who is the eldest. Then comes Sister Bear. Most stories that I have consist of the family of 4. And because they wanted more readers to have a better understanding of the story, they added the 5th person in this family, and that is the last child, Honey Bear. On the whole, there are a few lessons and morals that are taught in these stories that are intended for children to learn. And these are aimed at the cubs in the story, while we can understand that it is for us because of the entire family portraying the entire art of living. The storyline usually is set around Papa Bear, who starts doing an activity and he fails miserably while trying to teach a particular activity or a task to his cubs. And in this process, the cubs land up teaching Papa Bear more. The cubs, being extremely small, have difficulty in completing the task with Papa Bear. And eventually, Mama Bear has to involve herself to make the entire family as one whole to end the task together. This also teaches a lot about family and how it is necessary to always work together. So let's get into the video while I show you guys my books and how these books have indeed helped me in shaping my childhood well. Family is the one thing that is always going to be with us, stick around during our worst and our best. So this book on the Berenstain's family tells us the importance of our family and close ones, with emphasis on our grandparents, cousins, extended family and our parents. This particular book here tells more about numbers, giving children a creative edge with numbers and counting. The fun illustrations here do provide a good aid for them and encourage them to learn more and excel in the same. It is very essential to have good vocabulary, especially if you are learning a new language and learning words that start from a particular alphabet. This book gives a lot of words starting with the letter B. The comical representation of the content makes one read it again and again. This book is also based on the very same concept as the previous one and is based on the letter C, which is given away by the title C for Clown. As the title suggests, the length of the book revolves around a circus and the circus activities. In the world where humans aren't present, the participation of animals in the story makes a child learn more of the animal kingdom in the process. As children, we usually prefer fun over work and do tasks in the last minute. Well, I guess that's applicable to all age groups. Well, sleep is one thing we love, if not for procrastinating. This book tells us the importance of time management and how getting ready for school is the toughest task, but also tells us that we can still make it in time if we are swift enough. In many places, we have 4 seasons. In India, it is not necessary to have 4 seasons. Sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 2. But for children to understand these seasons, this book gives a picturesque interpretation of it from a child's perspective. We love saving a penny without cutting corners, and in the meanwhile, while trying to do so, we'll end up losing more time and energy and sometimes even more money. This book illustrates how the easier way is probably the best way to do a particular task. There that is, the perfect fishing spot. The excuse note. Most of us love using excuses. It is one of the most trustworthy sources to escape from dangerous situations. The most common one used is to fake an illness to take a break of the hectic schedule of life. This book is all about what an excuse note from a parent can do. As a child, I think most prefer not to share their new toys or gift in particular. The child becomes possessive of their owning, but sharing is caring. It can actually get more fun and friends. This book tells us the joy of sharing. I have always wondered if wishing stars are really true, cause I want some of the fairy tales I've heard to actually come true. Even if it's a comet flying by Earth, it would be a worthy shot to wish for something I've always wanted. Do comment below something you'd wish if you saw the wishing star. The story usually revolves around the sister bear who wants a pony for her birthday. Most parents would know the battle of putting the child to sleep, especially if they are toddler. This story tells us the difficult time the parents are having while putting their cubs to sleep, that is the brother and sister bear. But however, they fall asleep rather in that journey. Well, that's all the hardcover Berenstain books I own. I do have a few softbound books as well from the series, and let us look at them. There is always trouble at school, sometime or the other, for any student. The book cleverly tells us how the trouble overtakes our mind to thinking of the worst and how we land up being the worst of ourselves. Grandpa Bear comes to the rescue of his grandson, Brother Bear, on how he should not succumb to it and to rather excel in something he is good at and to make the best of himself. It is indeed a really good educative book. The one next is about manners. Most of us do behave a bit out of the line at times. We forget our manners, we forget to help others with small chores. This book gives major emphasis on it. Mama Bear actually prepares an entire list of punishments if one does not follow manners. The cubs, being very smart, try bypassing it but actually fall a prey to the plan and learn their manners. This book particularly was in fact distributed in McDonald's. The Bear family wants to clear out their attic and plan a sale for the same. But in the due process, they find the hidden treasure and cancel the initial plan to just use the best of what they already had and started to enjoy what they did once upon a time. It brings out the true value of the things we own. As a child, I always wanted to go on adventures like Dora the Explorer or save the world like Kim Possible. I clearly had high hopes then, although I didn't expect it to be as good as it showed in movies. But this book gave me a run for my imagination and gave me very vivid dreams, all of them packed with action and adventure. This book explicitly picturizes how adventures are, clearly very cinematic manner, if I may add, giving a beautiful picture of what Trailblaze is all about. Most parents want their child to excel in all the activities they participate in. In India, typically this means all the activities under the sun. The pressure on the parent is burdened upon them, and due to the same they are overworked and are highly stressed. Sometimes it's worth it to just do nothing and sit down and relax, to just get a breather. Well, I think it is necessary to actually incorporate this in our real life. This book is a child's must-read. It is about how a child initially plays tantrums to go to school, to only enjoy going to school after the first few days. I was never one who played tantrums or hated going to school, but I certainly do relate to this book because I've seen my classmates be so. Sister Bear overcomes this fear and also gives inspiration to other children to go to school and to enjoy their days there with their friends and fun activities. Well, I hope this gives inspiration to a few. Most children love going to their grandmother's house because they get pampered a lot and can do whatever they want. Although initially it can be scary to spend a lot of time away from your parents, in a new environment especially, they can always do their best to keep everything comfortable and safe, but it's just not there with us. But our grandparents make us feel so homely that we don't feel like leaving them and going back to live with our parents at all. The cubs experience the same, and this short tale revolves around the same. Well, this is all that I have of the Berenstains. These Berenstain books are majorly based on Stan and Jan Berenstain's experiences with their son. They have even animated this series so that children can watch it on television. It was even aired on PBS Kids. I'll definitely link the YouTube channel below so that you can check out their animated series. Thank you for viewing this video, and in case you really enjoyed this video, it would be appreciable from my end if you can hit that like button so that I can come up with more creative content. Thank you.